It's the way to go. Eat a fig, not a pig, let your kindness show. If it's your wig or a jig or a swig, do you dig? Big. It's the way to go. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
When something's fat, there's a lot to show. It's gotta be fat to help the movement grow. Making fat loud chat that won't be flat. It's that. And here's our show. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
Got that vegan glow, like a drag queen calling Patrick Goudreau. I'm a YouTube vegan cooking up good eating. Veganism makes me glow. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
All right, vegans, all together now. When something's fat, there's a lot to show. It's gotta be fat to help the movement grow. Making fat loud chat that won't be flat. It's that.
It's the
and
way
here's
to
our
go.
show. It's Big Fat Vegan Radio.
Hey everyone, welcome to Big Fat Vegan Radio. We're podcasting from San Francisco
and New York City
to discuss veganism in all of its glory. I am here with the Michael Harren. Cheers.
I'm so not amused.
And
Piano player to the stars.
And I'm here with Laura Yaz, vegan writer and entertainment know-it-all.
You can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube by searching for Big Fat Vegan Radio.
And you can follow along with our show notes at bigfatveganradio.com.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, Laura. Adlib. What did you have for dinner last night?
Welcome to Big Fat Vegan Radio, Michael.
Wait, what?
I just said welcome to Big Fat Vegan Radio.
Oh, thanks. I'm really excited to be here.
I bet all our listeners are quaking with excitement.
And I'm really confused by what's going on right now.
No, they're
hey,
quaking
Ben.
with excitement. They're like, it's the Michael Harren.
What is Ben doing here?
Oh, hey guys, it's Ben Strothman here, a.k.a. Honey LeBronx, everyone's favorite vegan drag queen. I just thought I would drop in.
You guys, Ben is blonde now, if you can't tell by his voice.
I am blonde. Wait, what?
Well?
I don't get things all of a sudden. Do I look surprised? Okay, no, we're not going to talk about that.
The content of the show has gone down.
The what?
The content of the show has gone down because Ben bleached his hair.
I didn't bleach. I had a colorist
Bleach it.
do something.
Bleach
Dude,
it.
do you know how many people have said to me, like, did you do sun in? And I'm like, don't.
Oh,
say
Sun
that.
In
That's
is
so
so
offensive.
80s. I did Sun In when I was like 12.
And it's like terrible for your hair, apparently.
Was it?
I want to issue a point of correction. You called Michael Harren the pianist to the stars. Can I just correct you?
I said piano player because I don't say that word.
Piano player
To the star.
I don't
to
say that
a
other
star.
word. To
If
the
you call-
stars. I'm
if
okay
you
with
call
the stars.
Sandra Bernhardt a star.
She's still a star, right?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God.
Okay.
I still am
Absolutely.
giddy about the fact that you play for Sandra Bernhardt.
Oh,
Yeah, dude, it's
crazy.
definitely stardom because I once waited on her as a waitress and people thought that was impressive.
Yeah. Wow. Michael Harren once basically farted into her mouth.
Oh, yeah. No, she like tweeted about it.
no, I tweeted about it. She talked about it on stage though while I was sitting there.
That's
at the piano,
hilarious.
talking about my vegan farts, and then she went on a whole thing about vegans because I farted in the hallway thinking it was her and Joe, who was the her tour manager at the time, and so we were walking up these stairs. I was like, I'm gonna let this fart out before I go on stage. And it drifted past me. I was like, oh my God. It drifted past me up to Joe and Sandra.
Like over your own shoulders,
Yeah, I
right?
could smell it as it passed. I was like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. We gotta get on stage. And it wasn't time to go on stage. Sandra's like, starts sniffing around. She goes, is someone eating Chinese food? And Joe was like, I don't know, what is that?
That's the worst when you unleash one. You're like, it'll be fine. And then you're like, oh no, it's not going to be fine.
And then immediately it was like time to go on stage. So she didn't say anything about it until after her opening song. And then she's like, oh my God, I'm Michael Harren. She introduced me and then she's like, he's a vegan and he just farted backstage.
Vegan farts. It's a whole different brand.
It really is.
Oh my God. I had a comment on that and I forgot what it was. Oh well, I might never remember now.
It's the hair that you didn't bleach.
Oh, I know what it is now. I'm so jealous that you get to eat that. I'm going to wrap the rest for you to take home.
Okay. There's a little too much sour cream. I hate to say it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was going to try to shake her off, but she'll be okay. She squeezes out.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Okay. I'm so jealous you get to eat that right now.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, just
Some
if they knock
people-
on the door and we don't let them in, it's going to be, I think, worse in the long run. You know what I mean?
Some people choose to have children, and that's their life choice. And it's
Oh my God, that's actually our question today?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, how funny. I have one comment before we continue on the topic of farts. Isn't there something so funny about human nature that when you think you suspect a fart, you're like, wait a minute. Did someone... Is that a...
I know, it's like, wait, let me inhale it
Did
further
air
to
come
confirm
out
that
of
I hate
somebody's
what's happening.
rectum and colon? Let me just be sure. I want to get as much of that in my body.
I wanna
can
make sure this
determine
is
whether that's what that
horrendous.
was. Yeah. Oh
There's
yeah.
something-
You know what? That is something I don't want to smell.
Oh, wait,
Now
that's
I know.
awful.
Really satisfying about smelling farts, though.
There's
Eh,
especially your own when it's the right blend, it can really hit a mark.
Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of like I.
Yes. Poor Ben.
Laura,
Wait, does it smell?
I
Ben.
don't know, but I'm gonna go get my essential oils now before I.
No, it's not bad. It's, you
It
don't
might
smell
not
it.
be to you.
Look at you, it's not bad. He's wafting it into his face. Oh, that
barely
is so. Did you
anything.
hear say bye, Michael?
No.
She was walking out. Bye, Michael.
Oh, I love it. I have to meet those little babies.
What?
What's funny is
I have to meet those babies.
Oh yeah, you do. You gotta
What's
come
funny
visit
is that-
us.
when I walk into my room to grab my essential oils, I basically am walking into a 7-foot by 8-foot fart box. It's like whenever you walk into my room, there's just this like overwhelming. Never mind. No, our listeners kind of look up to us, and I want them to have that picture of me in their mind. I don't want them to think I'm someone who farts. There we go. I rubbed a little
Everyone
peppermint oil in
farts.
my nose.
Should I rub it on my butthole? I just wanted to say butthole.
I did once, and a guy noticed.
Did he? In
He
a
was
good
like,
way?
Peppermint? And I'm like, oh, I guess he noticed. Not bleeping that out. I'm standing by that. So, Laura, what did you have for dinner last night? Or do you want me to...
I'm trying to think about it. Last night.
Or if you'd like,
last
I can go
night,
first.
last night. What was last night? Saturday
I
night.
know. I'm the same way sometimes.
It was Saturday night, and God, I was so tired yesterday. Dinner. Gosh.
Do you want me to go first?
Wow. I
Have
really
you
freaked out
eaten
that I can't
since
remember.
Yesterday? Are you malnourished?
I
can
ate
tell you what I'm eating
something?
right
Okay,
now.
you go ahead. I'm going to think about it.
I'm going to tell you what I had for dinner last night because I'm on day 1 of a juice fast, or a juice feast, as Laura put it, with my roommate, Caldwell, a.k.a. Bob the Drag Queen. And we're referring to the whole rebootwithjoe.com website. That's what my roommate kind of follows when he does his juice feasting. So all day I'm having some juices. So last night, since it was my last hurrah with food, I went to, I'm going to talk about it in Big Fat Vegan Food, so I'll talk about later where I went and what I had. But after that, way later when I got home, I basically ate a box of chocolate chip cookies and then one of those Justin's dark chocolate peanut butter cups.
Those are so
and my final Red Bull. So I think I had a total of 5.5 Red Bulls yesterday. I'm back on the hooch, by the way.
Are you
Back on
serious?
the hoot?
5.5?
Well, not individual cans, but like I had a 16-ounce Red Bull, which is double, followed by another 16-ounce, and then to be prudent, I only had a 12-ounce Red Bull with my
you don't wanna be
1
extreme.
a.m. dinner. So there's that.
Prudent.
So prudent, yeah. I was
I
trying to
remembered
eat
what I
as much as
had. Did you
could.
guys see the light bulb go off? I remembered.
What did you have?
So I went into the city yesterday to see my hairdresser, Allie, who gave me
You
a
were
trim.
in New York City?
No, San Francisco.
Oh, that's not the city.
It is for me.
Oh, okay.
I basically live in the Jersey of San Francisco.
Okay.
Like, if Oakland is Brooklyn and Berkeley is Queens, San Jose is totally like Jersey City.
Do you get what she's saying? I totally don't get
Yeah.
it. I totally don't get it.
Okay,
It's
well,
your hair.
It makes
It's my
sense.
frosty blonde tips.
Your bleached
So,
hair.
I don't get it.
So anyway, I went into the city to see my hairdresser, Allie, who's vegan, in case anybody wants her as a reference.
Woo woo!
She's at Dreamers and Make Believers.
Awesome.
And she's really fantastic. We can all talk
Let's
about how
get
great
that
my
in
hair
the
looks.
show notes.
Can we talk about how great my hair looks as a side
You-
note?
Oh, it does look cute.
Look like a cute, bookish lesbian right now.
Okay, well, it doesn't
No,
have to...
I wouldn't say cute. I would say a sexy, bookish lesbian right now.
Thanks. Well, I'm very happy with short hair. I've never been happier with my hair than I am
It
right
looks
now.
really cute.
Thank you. Also, it's really funny when I first cut it, like a lot of people didn't notice. And I was like, this must really suit me. Because I
yeah.
cut off like 8 inches of hair.
Oh,
And
that's a trip.
people didn't even notice. I was like, all my hair is gone.
Yeah.
Someone.
But I also
say
think it's
something
because I
about
wore my hair up so much. So I wore it up all the time, which is one of the reasons I wanted to finally just crop it because I've never done that
Yeah.
before. And I was like, clearly this is the way I want to be living. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wear it
I
up.
went to see
Wear it
I went
up.
to see Allie.
Wear it up.
But what-
Sorry, it's a bad joke.
Wear
it.
it
What
up.
are you looking at?
I'm about to Instagram a
He's
picture
on
of me.
Grindr.
Is that?
I'm not on Grindr. I'm going to
Oh, I thought he was
a
on
super
Grindr, but
hot
he's
picture
actually
of
not.
me.
And he's on Instagram. So much better.
I'm
So
Instagramming.
I went to see Allie, and then afterwards I went and met my girlfriend Melissa for dinner at a place called Herbivore. There are 2 locations
How's
in San
Melissa? I
Francisco.
love Melissa.
I love Melissa too. And
I mean,
I
she's
had
okay.
I had a lemon shake and nachos.
Oh, a lemon shake. That sounds
Oh.
good.
So good.
That was your dinner, lemon shake and nachos?
Yeah. It's an ice cream
At
shake,
the,
the lemon
at
shake.
the same time. Is that the right quote?
Yeah, Harren just made a classic reference to me going to Terry and ordering a bacon cheddar chicken ranch sandwich and a Butterfinger shake. And the girl taking my order looked at me and went, at the same time.
At the same time? Oh, what a throwback. And it's not even Thursday.
And I was
What?
and I was frozen. And then I was like, I guess I need to order more food to truly knock you out because, ma'am, that is nothing.
Yeah. She must
Although-
never have waited on an actual vegan before.
I don't know what's the matter with her. That sandwich and that milkshake is not that much.
Right.
It actually really isn't.
Because
And
I
I always
remember
get that when
one
I go there just
time
because of you.
in the midst of a breakup and very sad, I went to Terry and I ordered, good Lord, everything. I ordered everything.
Like Laura Era thing.
And then did you take it?
Cupcakes, sandwiches. I got a wrap. I got a milkshake. I mean, I got like everything so I could go lay in my bed and eat it alone and sad that my relationship was over. And I remember the girl after I ordered, she like high-fived me.
That's what I'm looking for.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, there was one time at Veggie Grill too that I was like, I gotta warn you, I am really about to overorder. And she was like, do it. And I ordered, and she goes, that's nothing. And I was like, that's customer service.
That is awesome.
So Michael, what did you have for dinner last night?
I should have been thinking that all this time.
You can't just think back.
You just
to
thought we were
last
gonna
night,
skip
huh?
you.
Yeah, I was too busy listening to you guys with bated breath.
Impunity?
Your breath is something. I wouldn't. Call
That's
it
not my
baiting.
breath.
I want to say while Michael is thinking this up, I think for the future when we do Throwback Thursdays on our Twitter and Facebook, from now on, until people get the joke, every single Throwback Thursday, we should just repeat whatever we did for the previous Throwback Thursday. Even though eventually it'll just be the same thing every week. We're like, yeah, but this is what we did last Thursday for Throwback Thursday. Remember last Thursday when we threw back
It's a
to the
throwback! I'm not on board with this joke. But if you can talk Madison into it, I'm on board with whatever Madison's doing.
I am arranging lunch with Madison later this week. Aren't you, Jelly?
I'm Jelly, but I also have some things I'd
Did
like
you-
you to talk
did
to
you-
her about.
Awesome, because I texted her and I'm like, you are awesome. I am totally underutilizing you. Like, I have some really awesome
she's
ideas
awesome. Yeah.
for, like, stuff that you could be doing, but, like, I've just not asked you yet, so I want to give her some really cool ideas for stuff.
Okay, well,
that I think she can help
I
us
have
with.
something that she really needs to work on. It needs to
Okay.
take priority.
Okay, cool. Well, let me know what it is.
I will.
Text it to moi.
Well,
and
we can just
then-
talk about it later.
Okay, cool. Well, she's probably listening.
How's
she's
your
a,
Frito
she's-
pie?
She's a listener.
It's about the merch for when we're at the seed. I want her to take.
Right!
I want her to take the wheel.
Awesome. Yeah, we got yes. Yeah, that should absolutely be a priority.
Yeah.
So, Michael, now that your face is full of my vegan goodness, I'm gonna let people
That
wonder
sounded so
what I mean
wrong.
by that. What did
Yeah,
you
that
have for dinner
sounded
last night?
dirty. That sounded not safe for work.
Okay,
safe for
NSFW
work.
girl.
Not safe for work.
I was at a party. I don't have that much exciting to say.
You
I
went
had
to a party?
I was at a party. They were grilling. They grilled some veggies for the vegetarian people, which they
That's
grilled
nice.
first before the meat, which I thought was really nice.
That's
Thoughtful.
nice.
And I had that. It's not that exciting. I should tell you what I'm eating right now.
Frito pie.
Please,
I'm eating Frito pie made by Miss Ben Strothman.
Miss.
Miss Honey.
Were you
LeBronc.
gonna say Miss Honey LeBronx?
I didn't know what I was gonna say.
When I'm in drag or when I'm cooking, I am Honey LeBronx. Officially, I feel like that is a Honey LeBronx meal.
Oh.
How was it? Be critical. I made him
Well-
3 tacos. Should I describe the meal or do you want to describe the meal?
I'll describe it.
Okay.
3 tacos.
Okay.
You should describe it.
You're
I
doing
think you
really
would
good
do
so
better.
far. I'll tell what was it. So I made my homemade seitan recipe for a couple of weeks ago. I always keep portions of it in the freezer. I'm juice fasting now, and he's eating something so delicious in front of me, which I'm jelly. But I can get through this. The hard thing though is when I was cooking, I always lick my fingers and eat stuff off my hands, and I couldn't. I had to keep rinsing them in the sink. But so I made him 3 tacos. What I did is I took my old my Mexican seitan, and then I take that, like 2 portions of that and half an onion chopped up, and I pulse it in the food processor with a little bit of like barbecue sauce and some nutritional yeast and some chili powder, just to kind of, and it just like turns into like ground beef. I don't know how else. Would you say it's kind of like ground beef?
Yeah.
Totally. And I'm not normally a big fan of onions, but like somehow the onion just disappears and just becomes more of the ground beef. I don't know how. So that's that. And I put that in 3 taco shells. And because I didn't have any sour cream, I took some tofutti cream cheese and just some like regular salsa. And I blended that together with some nooch, because I made it a little too thin. So I put some nooch in it to kind of thicken it back up, to make kind of like my own homemade sour cream, which apparently I put too much of on there, but that's,
There was
you
too
know.
much, I have to admit.
And I didn't have any cheddar.
Say there was
but
too
I
much
used
nooch or too much sour cream.
Too much sour cream.
on
Okay.
the item.
Because I was going
But
to say
it was-
there's
it
no
was-
such thing as too much nooch.
Right,
No such thing.
right.
No such thing.
No such thing. And then I put some Dea mozzarella on it. And then I basically took the same stuff and I made him a Frito pie. I took Fritos, I put them in the toaster oven. And then, should I have left them intact and whole, or is it better that I crumbled them like I did?
I think either way would be
Okay.
acceptable.
Well, I take the toasted Fritos, I crumble them into a bowl, and then I throw in a bunch of seitan, and I mix it all together with the sour cream. It's kind of mixed into it.
You put it on top. There was a dollop.
I also mixed it in.
Oh, that's where we got too much sour cream. That's
Oh,
what happened.
you thought there was too much in the Frito pie?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. So
No, it was perfect. Actually, it was
okay,
perfect.
well, it was, you know,
It's really good.
it was free, so you can quit your bitching.
No, it was actually really, really good.
You said be
good.
critical. You said.
I
We have it
did.
recorded.
I did.
And if that's my only complaint, that's good. There was too much of the thing that I liked.
Too
on
much
top.
of the sour cream.
Yeah, I
You
really liked the
cream.
sour cream. It just was more than I would have
Boom.
put on for myself.
I want to do an episode of my cooking show if I ever release those 3 episodes I keep talking about. I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy. I don't
You
have
know,
time.
Ben, workaholism is a block, not a building block.
Whatever. Where did you ever hear that?
Snap.
It just came into my mind.
It's literally taped to my laptop, and I never abide by it.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
So that's what we all had for dinner. Yay.
Okay.
Did you see
Alaska? Oh, girl, you know I've seen
as
that.
Laganja?
You know I have seen that. Come on, tree.
flower.
Come on,
Come
Toyota
on,
Camry.
other flower. Oh, Michael Harren doesn't appreciate gay anything.
Come
or
on,
gay
Toyota
people.
Camry.
What is
Come
happening?
on, rattlesnake. Come on, rattlesnake.
Rattlesnake.
Ah!
Come on,
Taco,
tree.
yeah, taco
Come on,
this.
flowers. Come on,
So-
other kind of flowers.
That was the literally, I'm studying voice now with the awesome Scott Wesley Hawley, and in the middle of our lesson, he mentioned that, so he played it on his laptop, but he GarageBand records my lessons, so that audio is included in my voice lesson audio.
Hilarious.
So,
Yeah,
in the
well,
interest of
Michael, you're
time-
not a drag queen, so you don't know what we're talking about. You don't even know who Laganja Estranja is.
Yeah, but you're not a drag queen, and you can still appreciate Drag Race.
Oh, I meant like the way you say size queen or coffee queen. You're not a drag queen.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
It didn't work. It was confusing.
Really
I won't do it again.
Fixated on drag queens.
Really?
Yeah, like not in like a sexual way, but I would like my friend David may he rest in peace. I don't want to bring it down, but he's dead.
I'm not sad. He wasn't my friend.
I gotta go.
I don't miss the guy.
He made me what I am today,
Well,
which isn't much.
then I wouldn't have cared for him because, frankly, look at you. You're a mess.
That was awesome.
Pianist a one
Hey,
star.
I am funny. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to ask you to go. I'm gonna have to lock the door. Okay? You guys can't come in anymore. I gotta. Funny? I am. I sure think I'm funny.
And I think she meant it sarcastically, Laura.
I'm doing my show, baby.
Oh, you're doing your funny show, Nanny. That funny show you do. Well, have fun.
She was off camera, but I'm pretty sure there were air quotes there. Oh, you're funny? You think you're funny?
Okay.
You think you're
You're a
funny?
mess. Your life is a shambles.
We need to put this on YouTube as Laura handles heckler.
Okay, sorry.
Don't say sorry. That was comedy. That was comedy. She's putting her earbuds in. She can't.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Sorry, I locked the door.
Right. We don't say sorry. That was comedy gold. That
Was
basically-
it?
That was Laura Handel's youngest heckler ever.
Which is
have
just,
to go.
isn't that hilarious? Because I'm laughing in here. They're like, "Are you funny?"
we suggested that maybe she had air quotes when she said funny.
And she was mocking you. Oh, you're funny.
I love you too.
Yeah, they're all right. I love them when they're paying members. So should we get into hisses and purrs
At least I've got fans.
in the interest of time?
I'm really nervous.
Yeah,
about
let's do hisses and purrs. Who
So
wants to
here's
go
the
first?
thing. I will let Michael go first because Michael is a quick study, and because I cooked for the Michael Harren, which was an honor, by the way.
Then maybe next time don't put so much sour cream on everything.
I was just I was nervous. I knew that I was literally creating your next Sandra Bernhardt fart. Like I got to decide what is going to go into your. There will be a whole like 6-hour period when you're farting, and it's like that's all Ben's handiwork coming out.
there go a little bit of that.
Not right now.
Satan.
That's
Oh,
not. Don't
Here
let it
goes
go
some
now.
Frito pie.
That's your grilled veggies from last night, and I don't want to smell grilled veggie farts. 'cause
Oh, you know what
that's-
really blew me up today?
What?
I ate some delicious Creole soul chicken from Red Bamboo.
Yeah.
But then in the midst of my date, did I mention my date that I went on a date today?
Yeah.
My stomach, I was literally like trying not to make a face because my stomach was like, and like all of a sudden I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Let me hand you a magazine.
And some
Did mention
peppermint
your
oil.
date, Michael, but you said you had a story about your date and you didn't tell it. A vegan story about your date.
Oh, I did. I talked about. We did
Well,
it
yeah,
in
but
pre-show
it
that
wasn't
didn't get
recorded, so why don't you tell it anyway?
Well, I guess people are gonna have to be a member to get the secret show
But
to hear that story.
that was the
We
part
got
of the
that
secret show
story.
that didn't get recorded.
That was the recording
we
that didn't
get
record.
that part. Right. You tell that story. I'm grabbing my other juice.
Your other who?
Juice. How dare you?
Will you give me some water or some beverage?
Would you like some water? No, I'll get you a fresh water. Go tell your
Oh,
story.
honey.
Tell your story.
I don't. It felt better telling the story earlier. I guess I have to tell it now.
Oh, I apologize. You don't have to tell it. Why don't I
No,
tell
it's
my
okay.
story about Maleficent that I never told? That I'm
Do
dying
it.
to tell.
Let me hear it.
Okay. I feel like Ben's gonna wish he heard it and
So
make
should I
me
tell my
repeat
story
it.
then, so we can hear
Yes,
it
you
from the
tell your
kitchen?
story. Yes.
So I went on this date today. We went to the Brooklyn Museum and saw the I can't say the guy's name. Ai Weiwei.
I don't know who that is.
It's some guy that I think we're all supposed to know about.
Okay.
Ice or a splash of lemon juice? Lime juice.
Ice, please, just ice. Okay, I'll take the lime. For God's sake, I'll take the lime.
Just
bring
Ice
me something
Queen.
for my
For God's sake, just
It
squeeze
looks
the
like
lime.
Your face is frozen. Are you still there, Laura? It's not a good story.
I liked it. I recall liking it. I don't remember it
I
though,
was
so
just
maybe
talking-
that's not good.
I was just talking about how he was telling me he's like 80 to 90% vegan because I mentioned that I was vegan. And I think he's someone who could go vegan. Look, I'm already like, so I'm pretty sure our wedding will be a vegan wedding. I don't think there's going to be a problem with this. But so he was just asking me about like if it was hard, or I was telling him, yeah, it's not that hard, blah, blah, blah. The only time it is hard is on like big holidays when you sort of are stuck at a big
All right,
event.
weddings.
Yeah. And it's hard. Like I sort of avoid those things. And he's like, so on those, on those days, you just eat whatever you want? I was like, no, I still am vegan on those days. I just sort of avoid going to those things or like plan ahead and eat before or bring food or that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it's funny,
Oh,
like,
that's
people
right. This
weren't
was
vegan.
Ben's right. That thing that didn't record really was pretty great.
Yeah, we talked about some good stuff.
Because I talked about all the Memorial Day stuff. We talked about so much fun. I told a lot of good stories. It's too bad. And I,
were
like you,
really
do
good
not have it in me to
stories.
do it again right now. I don't have it in me to do it again.
Yeah, it's because because we were having a conversation before. Now it's like
Mm-hmm. And now it's really phony. We're phoning it in.
phoning it in. Phonying it in.
Phonying it in. Okay, where is Ben with that beverage?
I have no idea.
That is the world's slowest
Oh, here
waitress
she
you have
comes.
right there.
Here comes Miss Thing.
Okay, so then I'm going to tell you about the Maleficent thing that I wanted to say earlier, okay? So I saw Maleficent this afternoon.
I hear
And
not
it's
gonna be
terrible.
terrible is not the right word.
I don't want to hear about this movie. I want to watch your 3 minutes about a movie about it.
Okay, well, I'll do that.
You
But
haven't
the
done
thing
one of
that
those in a long time.
The thing that I wanted to say that pertains to I have like 8 in the can, Michael. I'm so pathetic.
I like
like-
it in the can.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did just do one for blended because I hated it. So that was a fun one. I need to edit it. But I guess I should do 3 minutes about Maleficent, right? I don't know, whatever. What I wanted to say that pertains to veganism. So there were too many kids in the theater. That movie is scary. I think it should be 10 and up only, and even that is pushing it. I think it's probably rated PG-13 for a reason. It's scary. Don't take your freaking 6-year-old to that movie. Sorry, that my judgment is done. Anyway, so there was a lot of small children in the theater, and so I guess spoiler alert, not really. People know, right? The concept is that Maleficent was a fairy who had wings, and she loses her wings, and then she became the evil Maleficent after she loses her wings, right? So sorry if that's a spoiler. It's in the trailer, so I don't feel like I'm giving away that much.
It's a metaphor for virginity.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty
Maybe,
sure.
maybe it could be.
Probably.
Well,
It's
anyway.
probable.
I think 10-year-olds really need to know about that.
Whatever. Anyway, so when she loses her wings,
Virginity.
it happens while the guy drugs her and she's passed out and steals her wings. Also, it's a guy that she thinks she loves. Oh! Okay.
Right.
Anyway,
All
we're giving
too
now we really
familiar.
are getting spoily, and I feel really bad about it. Anyway, so he cuts her wings off, so she wakes up and her wings are cut off, and it's pretty fine acting on Miss Jolie's part. I'll give her that. She's like screaming, and one of the little girls is like, "What's wrong with her?" Like I heard a little girl say that in the audience. Like all the little girls were like confused that she was hurt. And I literally wanted to stand up and be like, we have taught our children that animals still feel pain. Like they literally don't think wings hurt. Like of course it would hurt, but they don't even think it does because they don't even think of it as like a real body part because you have
Right.
taught them that it's food.
That is interesting.
I'm glad I restrained myself, but I almost did it. Isn't that fascinating? For them
That
to
is
be
really
like, why is
interesting. I
it
wouldn't
hurting her? Why
I
is that
wouldn't have
hurting
caught
her
that
that her
before,
wings
but
came
yeah.
off? It's
Yeah.
like because it's part of her body, the same way they're part of a chicken's body. Oh, wait, you eat chicken wings. My bad.
Right. Right.
Right?
I think
It
the
was
kids
kind of
got hungry.
horrifying.
The kids probably got hungry at that point.
Yeah, it kind of horrified me, actually, that so many kids were like,
I kind of want to see the
What's
movie just
wrong
for
with
that
her?
scene. I kind of want to see the movie just for that scene because as an actor, that sounds like quite a challenge. Like, okay, you're coming to and a body part of yours is missing.
well, it's
Come to
actually
grips
one
with
of my
it.
complaints about the movie is because it's really like a really big turning point for her when that happens to her, obviously, because she goes so insane afterwards. And I actually don't feel they give it enough weight. Like that scene where the way she is in that scene is pretty fantastic. But that's it. Then it's just like she's a little shaky. But I really feel like, they could have just had her be like, I don't know. They could have gone into it more like her like recovering and being in so much pain for age. Like I feel like it needed more weight for it to really be like the loss that it was.
Yeah, I would have liked for her to come up and say like,
they skimmed over it too
I
much.
I want to know why. I want to know
there's like
why
one scene where she screams and then it's like,
are
I don't know,
over. I
needed
want to
more.
know how will my wings ever know how wonderful that woman was, what they went through for her. Oh God, I want to know why. Why?
Oh, Shelby.
I want to
Everything
hit
can't be
something.
still Magnolias.
Honey, I love you
Yeah?
more than my luggage.
But shut up. So did we talk about your hiss yet?
We haven't
No.
talked about anybody's hisses or purrs. I didn't know that Michael had them.
Right, Michael had them. Here's why Michael has them today, because Michael came over. And
He's
we
doing
had
them instead
time.
of you, so you don't
Yeah,
have
he-
them. Michael has
Well,
them.
right. Instead,
you.
I cooked a meal for Michael, and I'm like, look, can you find
We
a
all
hiss and
know
a
about
purr
the meal.
for me?
No,
while I
I'm not
cook for you?"
discounting that. I was just wondering if we had 3 instead of 2, but no, Michael's going to do it. Okay,
Oh,
great.
right. No, I was just explaining that to the audience so they understood.
So what we usually
why.
like to do, Michael, is we like to start with a purr and end with a purr. It's called a hiss sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So I should start with my purr?
Start
Yes.
with your purr. What are you purring about?
Girl. I am purring about animal rights activist holds demonstration in hot vehicle. This was from Whitesboro, New York. Can I just read this part of it? It's
I
Yeah,
guess
that's
so. Read it.
fascinating. Like he sat in a hot car?
It's a woman. She sat, while temperatures were in the mid-70s Saturday, one woman endured 124-degree heat. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., animal rights advocate Kim Strong, who is the recipient of my purr, sat in a truck to demonstrate the dangers of leaving dogs in locked cars.
Wow.
Yeah,
Did she
she's
leave
the
a window cracked?
It doesn't say whether she left a window cracked. She said in 20 minutes, even with the window open, it's still 108 degrees in the car.
Oh, my God.
And it was
Yeah,
in the
her cars
70s.
get hot.
She had a doctor on hand to like take her temperature throughout the time that she was in there. At one point, her body reached 102 degrees.
Wait, did the doctor have a doctor on hand
Ooh.
to take care of the doctor?
Well, I don't think maybe they.
The doctor didn't sit in the car. They probably just came up to the window.
Maybe reached in and put a thermometer in her mouth. Hold your mouth up to the window, honey.
It's kind of like the doctors at Sonic. They just kind of come up to your car.
Those aren't doctors.
What are those?
Those are little waiter people.
Waiter people?
They bring
That's very
food to you.
politically correct.
They're Waitron units.
And no,
Which one is it?
Sonic's not like that anymore. Sonic's like a regular drive-through.
Can
They don't come out to your car?
Can I ask a dumb question?
Well, you are blonde.
Can I ask a dumb question? Better than anyone I know. That's a line from Golden Girls.
Are we?
Are people still doing this? Are people still leaving dogs in
Yes.
cars?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
really? Really? People don't.
Not everyone reads our Facebook.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, we're not
there are
Facebook
so
friends
many
with
things that-
everybody. Everybody.
There are things that are like obvious to us, and they seem like everyone's talking about, but it's because we're friends with people who talk about that stuff, right? You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course, yeah, because we're friends with people who are smart.
Yep.
Mhm.
Not meat eaters who are not smart. They are dumb.
Well, that's cool that she did that demonstration. Did it get a crowd?
It doesn't say whether it got a crowd. But it
But she got sick, huh? I feel like I'd barf.
Yeah,
I
what
would
happened
barf.
to her?
Hold on. I'm trying to get back to
102
it 'cause
fever for a grown person is hot.
I'm gonna say she better have gotten like sick or hurt or something, because otherwise it's gonna be like, yeah, it was fine.
102 fever for an adult is a really high fever, Ben.
her body temperature got up to 102.
Yes.
Right. Oh, that's
That's an
like,
incredibly high fever.
yeah. This woman has to be like a hot yoga yogi or something.
What if she's like sitting in there the whole time and her takeaway was like, it wasn't that bad.
Then this would be a hiss and not a purr.
Yeah.
So what's
It
her
was
name
kind of
again?
okay. I was okay.
I felt actually better after sitting in the car because that relaxed me. If only I had a fur. Kim Strong is her name, founder of Laney's Army in Whitesboro, New York.
So now if you could say, so Kim Strong, you are making us purr.
So Kim Strong, you are making us purr.
Wow. Thanks for feeding that to him, Ben.
Calm down with the purr. It's not.
Calm down with the purrs.
No, you're not,
No, you're not supposed to. What?
Okay. Oh, good. I have a purr.
What?
The
Wait,
world's
you're not.
most.
I thought we.
The world's most
She just
annoying.
does what she wants.
The world's most annoying headshot client I've ever
What is
dealt
happening?
with ever.
Is vegan?
Like the stage mom from hell finally paid the freaking invoice. Like she said she would 2 days ago. Thank you, Miss So and So. I know she doesn't listen. She looks like Beaker. And she has the same and like I'm like, come. I'm gonna make her sit outside. Oh my god.
Get outside.
Ugly ass kids who don't
So,
want to be in theater.
this is
They don't
weird.
want to be in show business. You are pushing these kids into show business.
We've changed to another topic now.
We have. Laura is gonna.
And don't
hiss
make Ben
about
wait 2 days for something, apparently.
Don't. Well, don't tell me
Whoa.
you're gonna pay an invoice and
We
then
were like,
not pay it.
she hasn't paid me, and I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, a long time, not 2 days.
Don't not pay me and then make me chase you down for payment 48 hours later. When you anyway, Laura, what are you gonna hiss at?
Hiss at. Okay. My hiss is actually an article that I recommend. It contained in an article that I recommend everybody read over at Salon. It's really good. It's long and it's got a lot of information in it, but it's excellent. And I think we've talked about this before on the show, but it's really coming up. So this is a really great analysis and breakdown of it. But the USDA is scheduled to implement a set of controversial changes to its regulations governing poultry processing. And the main point of the article is that the requiring our factory farms, our chicken factory farms in particular, this article primarily focuses on chickens, to requiring them to up the amount of birds they process per minute, which I think is like, hold on, let me get the number. I want to say 175 birds a minute. I think doesn't that sound insane?
Wait,
Doesn't that sound like
them to up the number?
They want to up it. Yeah. That's what the new regulations are going to do. They're going to up it. 175 birds per minute. I'm right. And basically this has a lot of information saying that that's not going to be a great idea, that's going to affect things negatively for consumers and also for workers. The people are very concerned about the workers. So the other thing that coincides with this is that so it's a 25% increase in the speed of processing lines coupled with a 40% decrease in the presence of government inspectors in our nation's poultry plants. And they're going to be replaced by employees for the poultry company. Instead of USDA inspectors, there's going to be poultry company employees as inspectors. So, how can we feel like that's going to do anybody any good, right? So anyway, that's all really depressing and gross. And this article is really good because it's really sort of like, it's really just like really got a lot of great information in it. And it's, and so I say share it, read the Salon article and share it on your Facebook and stuff, because I mean, this is the kind of thing that everybody's concerned about, vegan or not, vegetarian or not. It's like, this is the kind of thing that nobody wants to be happening. The general consensus is that nobody wants factory farms to be like this. So, people need to know, because this is a problem.
What conference took place at their headquarters that they're like, you know what we need to do? You know what has to happen?
Yeah.
And like, on what grounds? Like, what are they trying to say? Like, oh, well, here's why this is a good idea.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why they think it's a good idea. I don't understand. Obviously, I don't understand it at all. The USDA seems to have all these things that they're saying it's going to result in safer poultry. It won't have any adverse effects on the health of poultry work. I mean, that's all talk though. I mean, you're not giving me any evidence when you say that. Like your assurances are not helping me, So, they're saying it's going to prevent foodborne illness, whatever.
Yeah, just spray more chicken neck blood all over the place at a faster pace with less oversight.
Yeah, the other thing is, I mean, I don't remember what it was. This was like maybe a year ago or something. I remember reading something that was I think it was milk maybe, but something was overproduced and there was excess in it.
Milk,
and
drag queen from RuPaul Drag Queen?
No, not.
Do you think she
not
was
that
overproduced?
Not that milk. No,
I
she
know
was.
editing has a lot to do with it.
It was some kind of product like dairy or something that was overproduced and there was an excess of it. And what happened was, instead of those companies eating their loss, the government bought it and put it in public schools to be the free lunch, to be the government provided lunches for kids. So that really upsets me whenever there's something like we're going to up production and it's like, well, what are you going to do with that disgusting product that you have left over that nobody buys? You're going to feed it to our poor children in America. Like that's what that's the connection that I make. So it's really depressing. It's really disgusting. So basically, big shock, USDA, you're making me hiss.
Ugh, disgusting. Oh, that's so gross.
It's totally gross, right? So anyway, but this is a great article. Everybody check it out.
I can think of one good thing that comes of that, though. They gave us
What?
our hiss. They gave us our
That's
hiss.
true. They filled a
That's the
slot
only
on
good
Big Fat
thing.
Vegan Radio.
Yeah.
That's good of them.
Yeah.
So do I do my hiss now?
Yes, you do.
You do.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna need some assistants to decide exactly who we're hissing at, but I think it's the Humane Society.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And the circus.
well, yeah, they get like
yeah.
general hiss.
Yeah.
So basically, they
And can we throw vegetarians into there for no reason? Vegetarians. What do you say about them?
They're just so cute the way they like think that they're doing something that matters. I don't really mean that.
Unless
apologize to all of our
radio.
vegetarian listeners
Unless
thank
you're a
them for
vegetarian
what they're
listener.
doing.
If you're doing it as a step in the right direction,
Yeah, if you're on your way to being vegan, like it sounds so judgmental, but like honestly,
No, it's fair enough. And you know what I'll say, you guys? I'll say I'll say I definitely was when I was a vegetarian before this last time when I went vegetarian because I was on the way to being vegan. But the first, I was a vegetarian and whatever. I was like off and on through my teens, and then I was vegetarian in college, all that stuff. That was very, a sort of like ignorant, empty vegetarianism that I had. I wasn't aware of anything really.
why don't we call them that? Why don't we call them ignorant empty-tarians?
Yes,
Tarians?
ignorant empty-tarian. Like a pizza vegetarian, a Taco Bell vegetarian. I didn't ever even care if there were vegetarian options. I just went someplace and got cheese. That was like my whole thing. I didn't, and I was totally unhealthy, and I had no idea. I didn't know anything about animal rights or why I was vegetarian. I just was because I didn't want to eat the meat or whatever. And that is a kind of vegetarian that is well, what are you doing? You're not even.
I feel it was.
You can feel
me.
bad because you're hurting people's feelings.
Yeah, but also I went vegan because I felt bad about someone pointing out you're vegetarian isn't really helping. I mean,
It's not helping.
If you the thing that came to me was Miss Gary Francione, who I'm not particularly a fan of anymore, but at the time,
She has a lot of good points.
Yeah, and those good points made
love
me
that we're calling her a girl.
Yes, she does. I want to jump on this she train.
Miss Francione, girl,
Yeah.
she is-
Fight.
Miss
Where are
Francione.
my girls at?
She is fair.
She is fierce.
Well, she has a bad attitude, granted, and
She
I'm
totally
not a fan
does.
for that way.
I get the feeling
But
she doesn't have a great sense of humor.
I get the feeling she would not like being called a she.
Don't call her.
Yeah, she wouldn't be on board. She wouldn't be enjoying this joke.
No, not a bit.
But
Get her.
his directness and that whole point of view of what he says, which I tend to agree with. I'm sorry.
Well, he says, she says.
Sorry, she says that just there's just as much cruelty in a glass of milk as there is in a steak.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing that made me really okay. It was
Yeah,
cute.
no, that's totally fair. But I do think that here's what I'm going to say in defense of vegetarianism.
Okay.
Okay. One of the, sorry, I got people trying to come in. One of the number one things that we do as vegans are an example. In fact, I would argue it is the number one thing that we do. Granted, what we consume does make a difference, but the number one thing we do that make a difference is we walk around as vegan people in the world, and we are an example of what it is to be a vegan person because we show people that there's always another way. Now, the reason this matters is because nobody eats 3 meals a day, 7 days a week alone in their room, except maybe me most of the time. But the average person is with family, with friends. Eating is not something we do alone. So you bring it to the table. You're bringing that discussion to the table always. And vegetarians are too, because they're not eating the meat, which is, often a big change in the meal. So they're also bringing it on the table to the table. So they are doing that. And a vegan, you're taking it to another level as far as that goes. But vegetarians aren't not doing that. They are doing that. They are affecting everyone with their choice.
But what they're bringing to the table also is, and this is just my, I'm with you. And I'm also with my approach recently with people who are veg curious even is the whole Colleen Patrick Kuduro don't do nothing because you can't do everything. Because I think that's definitely true. If where you're at right now is I can be a vegetarian and that's all I'm comfortable with doing right now, then do it.
Or I could never give up blank. It's fine, then give up everything else. Don't give up blank.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get that, but I also feel like there should be a level of a vegetarian is bringing to the table, I don't eat meat because it's not humane. So therefore you're eating cheese. So cheese is humane, it brings a level of confusion.
No, it's
to
totally
people
true.
who are curious about it altogether.
So basically, you can be vegetarian. We reserve the right to totally tease you about it, but
But that's why. But that is the point where though. On that note, though, Michael, because the vegetarian that I was back in my youth, I would have not made that connection if somebody had said that to me. Been wait, but cheese is okay. I would have been yeah, I guess so, right? Because I didn't
that's
know
what
that.
I would do too. And
but
they
I
won't
definitely
know that until someone tells them.
But dude, today I know vegetarians who do know.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Who do know, and they're aware, and they would answer that question appropriately.
My sister.
She's I know, I just don't care.
Jessica, my roommate, she gets it, but she's I'd rather just buy boots and eat cheese.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, well, I think, guys, it's like my mom. That time we had that big fight about Thanksgiving and she totally cracked and she was like, Laura, the problem is I think you're right. I just can't do it.
Dude.
That's
that needs to be in a movie of the week, honey.
It was really intense. We were on the phone and I was like,
oh.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Should we get into your hiss?
Yeah, back to hisses. I love that little sideline.
That was a great sideline.
Yeah. Do I sound like an when I talk like that?
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Come on, you
no,
guys
you're
really...
an angel. Stop.
Well,
I mean, I think you would risk sounding like a hole of that sort if you had a butthole,
a whore hole,
if you
a hole of that nature,
a prolapsed whore hole. If you had, I am in constant pain. I am in constant pain. Sorry.
What is that from?
Remember the video that she made? Sylvia Brown, prolapse, and something, and I am.
Come on, tree. Okay.
Come on, tree. Why do people listen to? How is this entertaining you guys? Honestly. Seriously.
Well, people who don't watch Drag Race, they're really out of a lot of our jokes. I'm going to give that. We make a lot of Drag Race references.
I imagine we have tens of listeners out there who are just rolling their eyes at us right now. But,
should I do my hiss?
Yeah, do your hiss.
Come on, hiss.
All right, so the Humane Society has been in court with Field Entertainment, which is the group that owns Ringling Brothers. If I understand this correctly, this freaks me out because I'm terrible about reading and comprehending things. So, listeners, you might want to double check. Do some backup work before you quote me on any of this. So they were in the court together for 14 years. That I think they said 14. Oh yeah, it's a 14-year legal battle.
Don't be nervous.
What happened is Humane Society and other animal rights group had to pay Ringling Brothers $15.75 million. Did you hear about this?
No.
Because the guy that they had that was a former circus employee and made the allegations that the Feld organization abused elephants had been paid by Humane Society.
$200,000.
I am clutching my pearls.
First of all, I would have done it for 100,000.
I would have done it for 50.
Actually, I don't blame the guy at all who did it.
No,
but they f***ed up.
Oh,
Can I say f***ed
that's
up on here.
Well,
You
we're
can
gonna
say
bleep it.
Up all you want. We're gonna
Not
bleep
safe
it.
for work.
Well, I won't say it, so you don't have to bleep it.
You already said it.
You already
Well, I
said it.
won't
We
say
have
it
to
any more
bleep it.
times.
It's too late,
Okay.
homie.
All right.
He also said the SH word a lot when he was telling his Sandra Bernhard farting story.
Because he was quoting something.
Oh, you're gonna let that
whatever.
go? There's people
know
who
what?
play this podcast for their children, Ben. I know
I
there
don't
are.
think anyone really cares about the swearing on our podcast.
The people who play our show for their kids do. I know
Do they
people
really?
who play the show for their kids. We are kid friendly. I mean, not really. Oh,
Guys,
Oh, really?
that's
somebody,
fucking
Alexis in New York posted a video of her daughter reacting to my little bean being in the episode. That last one when she was like talking. Her daughter's like, hello. It was so cute.
That is awesome. All right, I'm officially.
Well, I didn't know that, or I would have not said any bad words.
I'm
It's too
officially
late.
ending the bad word segment, so it's no longer okay to swear. I'll edit them out.
So in this case, like Ringling Brothers automatically gets a hiss from me, like in all occasions. But in this case, I gotta say Humane Society too for like, that's dumb, right?
for botching it.
And also, I mean, that's okay. Humane Society is sure still out there pimping out the Sarah McLachlan commercials and asking us for our money. That's where $200,000 of our money. So please, give today.
That is so true.
so
That gets
we
me where I
can-
live, man. Because if I give money and I hear that that's where my money's going, I'm mad.
Yeah,
Don't get me started on those commercials.
girl.
Because people will be sitting there eating their chicken, watching that Sandra, what's her name, Sarah McLachlan thing,
Sarah McLachlan, Sandra Bernhardt, same diff, really.
and like crying about the little puppies while they eat their hamburger and chicken. Like, get it together, you guys.
Yeah. I have to say, I love in our.
the arms of the angel.
Modulation!
Go ahead. This is back up.
I
for
was
you.
about to go in harmonize.
In the sun, in the arms of an angel, fly away.
I'm so over singing with you. I enjoyed none of that. It wasn't even remotely pleasurable for me. I know you thought we were having a moment. I was like, I want out.
I
want
Why'd
out.
you
roll.
say him?
I don't know.
Bored
because Ken is
now.
touching me, and I'd rather that ends now.
Girl, she's feisty.
Well, now
So
Ben knows
anyway,
how I
hiss
feel
to
every
them
time he
peoples.
sings.
What?
Oh!
She's about to sing now. You're gonna make her sing.
Are you gonna sing?
No, you're gonna sing. I can feel it.
I'm not gonna. I have no desire to sing. Did you hear our last
I will say
episode?
though that one of my favorite quotes from Ben of all time that will make me just pee laughing whenever I think about it is that time that he was like, Laura, as a singer, secretly inside, all you want is for people to say, sing to me.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We're always hoping at any moment someone's gonna be like, would you? Oh gosh, I don't want to. What is it? Would you just sing to me? Would you just sing me something right now?
Does that ever happen?
Especially not an up tempo.
That is the worst thing.
Not an up tempo. Could you just sing me a ballad?
Something that really talks about your feelings.
Not that your feelings, even something that just really shows off your voice.
Oh my god, I can't.
Every singer at all times is just waiting for that moment.
So Laura, in that same vein, have you ever been trapped by a singer who's like singing into your face and like waiting for you to respond and like, there's no business like, and nodding at you like, this is a great song,
I
right?
hate that.
And they just keep going.
Have I mentioned
I know, they're just like
before-
dying for you to be like, you have such a great voice.
Laura,
You're
I
really
mentioned this-
talented.
And then they can be like, oh.
I'm
Laura, I
like
think-
laughing so hard I'm gonna barf.
I think I mentioned this to you once. It makes me really uncomfortable when people start singing. And you were singing something once, and I became immediately uncomfortable. Like the minute you start, happy birthday to you.
What's happening?
Is your first thought not, oh my God, how long is this going to continue?
That is the worst when people are singing it to it. You can't.
You guys,
sing it,
Jessica
they're singing it
Kirsten
to
has a
you.
great bit about that in her act. It's hilarious. I gotta find it for you guys. It's hysterically
As soon
funny.
as someone starts singing singing to me, my first thought, we're half of a second in, and my first thought is, oh my god, it's been 10 minutes already. How? Well, they're not going to do the whole song. How far? And then they get past the logical part. We're like, okay, they're done. Everything about it is appealing. Everything the traffic will allow. Stop.
You're doing
Stop.
it by default
We're done.
now.
I know. And I'm making you uncomfortable. I was in summer camp once, and my boyfriend, who was my camp counselor, Dave Spector, who now lives in New York and got really hot all of a sudden, he
About to ask.
decided he owed it to himself to start dating a girl, and I'll never forget it. Her name was Amy Reese, because in the movie when Harry Met Sally, when Meg Ryan gets on the plane, she remembers the name of her old friend, blah, blah, blah. Yes, Amanda Reese, that was her name, blah, blah, blah. Same name as that girl. This girl was really pretty, but in a weird way, and my mom came to get me from camp. And for whatever reason, my mom comes to get me, and Amy could sing and I could sing, so we'd always sing show tunes. But like, it's me and Amy and Dave there, and it's an awkward moment for me. First off, it's an awkward moment for you guys because you're like, "What the heck? Where is he going with this story?" So it's awkward for you. It was
I
awkward
sure
for
am.
me. It was awkward for me because like, this is the girl that like my boyfriend had a tryst with. Don't sip your gourmet lime water loudly. Anyway, my mom comes to pick me up, and I go to say goodbye to Amy, and she just looks at me and starts going, "In sleep he sang to me, in dreams he came."
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, okay, that voice which called. And I'm like, what is happening?
She's waiting for you to do the male part, is what it
and
is.
do I dream again? And I'm like, my mom is also standing there experiencing this. My mom, who's just got to be like, oh, come. My mom has no tolerance for that level of pretense. And I'm like looking at her like, stop, like stop. Like I'm looking at her eyes like, are you still a human or did you become a robot? And how do I dismantle you? I'm done.
That was
I'm
a
done.
good story.
Was it?
Cool story, bro.
Oh,
It was
I'm gonna get
fitting.
some more water. While
cool
you guys are
story. Sorry it was so long.
Cool story, bro.
doing- Sorry, it was.
The water is in the fridge and the Brita on the left. Make sure the fridge stays closed when you close it because with all that produce in there, it won't close easily.
With all that produce.
With all that produce. So yeah, that did we say yet that and this is not the first time we've had to say this that
The HSUS, you're making
HSUS Humane Society of the United States of America, you are making us hiss
Again.
again. Get your crap together, you guys. Just stop being shady.
I know. But that is just a full-on botch is what that is.
What is their like agenda if not to help animals? Because clearly they're like, all right, we want to help animals, but secretly we're gonna wring our hands together and look shifty.
No, they don't even. If you ask them, it's like, is what you want to get the world to stop eating meat, to ban circuses, and to ban? They're like, baloney. We don't want to do that. And it's like, okay, well, because I want you to do that. So
You better be Bianca Del Rio as Judge Judy.
baloney. Did I tell
Baloney.
you that that's what happened? I was at Veggie Grill. This is appropriate. I was at Veggie
Your
Grill. Like,
face could not be stuck right now in a better freeze frame. Our screen
oh, I'm
is
sad. My
freeze
free
framed.
frame is stuck. I'm doing something right now.
Oh, it went away, and it was such a darling freeze frame, and now I've missed it forever.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm telling a story. So I was at Veggie Grill going like this and hold it with my phone, which has a Bianca Del Rio case on it. And this girl, like totally randomly, like runs from across the restaurant and goes, "Oh, that's an awesome phone case." And without missing a beat, I was so proud of myself. I look up and I went, baloney!
I was in danger of choking right now because I was drinking water while you said that. That was so funny.
It went
I
great.
almost
She
sprayed water
burst
through
out
it.
laughing. I was like, oh,
Yes.
I was really worried it was going to
Baloney.
bomb. I was worried that would not fly.
That is hilarious.
But
So
I was
what
really
do you-
proud of myself.
What are you purring about other than Bianca Del Rio winning Drag Race?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely purring about that. Spoiler alert. Sorry if you don't have cable. Okay. I'm purring about PCRM, which is rare for me. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
But whatever. They're spreading the vegan message. So PCRM made a wonderful animated video advocating against animal testing. And it's really great because obviously they're, a group of doctors. So they're coming at it from a totally different angle. And the video is really terrific and like not scary, but like the right amount of like, this is the horror that happens. But it's got like, a nice animated edge. I think it's a great video. I say everyone should just check it out and share it. I found it really convincing. I think they've done a lovely job.
Do we have that in the show notes?
I do, of course.
Is that in the article? The video that was in the article?
article?
Awesome. Check that out, you guys.
Sorry, I thought it was
hear
starting to
babies.
rain, which is really unusual here. It's not.
Are the twins starting to sing? I wonder how long that's going to go on for. It's making me uncomfortable.
They're singing Frozen. They're watching Frozen, so this could be a little...
Wow. Laura, I have to say, whenever you talk about the twins, there's a moment where I think that you're making a boob reference.
Yeah, how many times
Like,
have you said that on the show? About 10.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
All
That
right.
joke is getting real old.
That's 5
letting
per
you know.
boob. 5
Just
per
letting
boob.
you know. The
Okay.
twins and I are over that joke.
They have a mind of their own.
They have their own
So-
zip code. Are you kidding me?
PCRM, for the record,
Yeah, unbelievable. I'm thrilled to say that you're finally making me purr.
making us purr.
Now just stop fat shaming.
Shall we get into some quick Big Fat Vegan food? Because I know we have some stuff
We
to
can. I just, I thought maybe I could talk a little bit about going down to Los Angeles for the Vegan Beer and Food Festival.
Michael Harren has a thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get out of here pretty soon.
I know. I was hoping you wouldn't notice the time.
Oh, I'm noticing the time.
Yeah.
Not immediately.
But we could skip and just
We
go
can
to
come
questions.
back to this. We can come back to this. Do you
Yeah,
want
let's just go to
answer our
questions and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh. Okay.
I would love to
Okay.
have you in on the questions, Michael, if we
Okay.
can.
Yay.
Okay.
And
So
then
we're
you don't
gonna
have
come
to
back
be
to
here
Big
for
Fat
the
Vegan
outro
food.
or whatever.
We're going to come back to food.
We don't
So,
even need to. I can just talk about it next time.
Huh?
I say we don't even need to. I can just talk about it next time.
Talk about what?
Big Fat Vegan food.
Oh, you guys lost
Oh,
me, and then you froze.
Oh, yeah. We could or couldn't. We'll see how much time. We'll
I don't
see how
think
we
he
feel.
froze. He was just frozen.
Yeah. I was
Let
watching.
it
I was
go.
watching.
It's all frozen over here, you guys. For the
You
first
can't see us?
time in forever.
Stop singing.
Sorry.
So clearly you can hear me. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see if we feel like doing food at the end.
All right, whatever.
So we got some. You set this up for us.
Okay, so if anyone has a question for us, please contact us. There's a zillion different ways. You can see them all at bigfatveganradio.com. You can call us at 315-VEGAN-01. That's 315-834-2601. You can email us at bigfatveganradio@gmail.com. You can tweet us at bigfatvegans. You can YouTube us at youtube.com/bigfatveganradio. And you can Facebook us by searching for Big Fat Vegan Radio on Facebook.
And
All right,
don't forget
so-
smoke signals.
Speaking of Facebook, that's what today's question comes from. I am the member of the Power to the Veg group, which I highly recommend you guys search and request to join if you're interested. Or if you guys are Facebook friends with me, you can ask me and I can add you to the group. It's a really great community and very positive community. And it's open to all vegans, vegetarian, veg curious. And they actually somebody, I think it was Jessica who runs the group. She's one of the admins on the group. She posted like, hi, just in case anybody didn't know, Big Fat Vegan Radio is the best show ever.
Oh, that's
you
nice.
I was-
guys.
I was like, Anyway, and then she said, I have a few questions for them, and you guys write in the comments if you have questions as well. So we actually got a ton of really great questions from that thread. But I'm not going to do them all today because that would be crazy. So today I just thought we would answer the two questions from Jessica Shea, one of the admins for the Power to the Veg group. So, all right, her first question is, how did you two meet, and why did you decide to start this podcast?
Oh.
I feel like
How
we've
did we
answered
meet?
this question.
Have we?
Well, we've told the story, I think, like on our first anniversary episode.
Are we at liberty to say how we met?
Well, I think the general story that we usually tell makes me sound like we're lying. But we met We met at David Colbert's cabaret show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Because you came up to me and were like, I love you.
Yeah, I had met you before then, which is the thing. But
Well, I think you knew me, but I didn't know who you were. I'd never met you.
Yeah.
You knew who I was because I'm famous.
I knew who you were. I was kind of a fan of yours. You had long red hair then, by the way.
And red glasses.
Long red hair and red glasses. So we saw you at David's cabaret show, and I went up to you and I was just like, I just want you to know, I think you're so cool. I was totally kind of like fan crushing on you, and you were like, oh, aren't you sweet? And I'm like, oh, she was so nice to me. I met Laura Yes, and she was really sweet to me.
I was a little alarmed. I was like, I have a fan. Does he know the truth about me?
I was saving up toenail clippings for so long, and I was going to send them to you.
That's disgusting.
As like a fan gift, but I lost them. I'll find them. Don't worry. I'll find them.
No, it's fine, but I think that was the main thing. And then, I don't know. We just started hanging out.
Yeah, then you went vegan. We both basically met the Michael Harren.
I think I went vegan about a year and a half after you did, or a year or so, something like that.
Something like that. I met Michael. He was vegan. I was like, oh my God, I met a real vegan because I was thinking about going vegan. And then I did that vegetarian thing where I'm like, I'm vegetarian. Is it okay if I just say that I'm vegan? And you're like, do whatever you want, girl.
I know, that was the cutest. That's the cutest story. You asking Michael with tears in your eyes if you can say
it was
you're
okay.
vegan.
There were no
Michael
tears
was
in
like,
my eyes. If there was a tear in my eye, I was 6.
Oh, you and the
Anyway.
tears.
Yeah. I wish I cried all the time.
No, you don't, because guess what?
I miss it. I miss
It
crying.
is no fun. Yeah, you want to cry
So,
at an episode of Angel you've seen 8 times? Because that's what I did yesterday. Yes. Little embarrassing.
Oh. Well, to finish the question, Michael had like his 3rd podcast, and I told him, I'm like, I want to do a podcast. I want to start a vegan podcast. And he was like, well, I'm like, he's like, I'm hanging up my podcaster shoes for a while, so good luck with that. But then he told you that I wanted to do
we
a
were
podcast.
out to dinner at the V Spot in Brooklyn. And I remember,
I miss those dinners.
I think I was complaining about wanting to get involved in this podcast and feeling like it wasn't working out. This is with somebody else. And Michael was like, start your own podcast. And I was like with who? And he was like, Ben. And I was like, whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh.
I didn't know I had a hand in that.
Yeah,
You
kind of
absolutely
set this
said
up.
start your own podcast. Do it with Ben. Because I was like,
You were
I'm
kind
not
of
doing
like-
an alone podcast. I don't like those. I don't like the alone podcasts. I like podcasts where people have a partner.
Yeah, even though all 3 of us love Colleen Patrick Goudreau and Vegetarian Food for Thought,
Oh, yeah, but that's not what I would want to do. Just because I like it doesn't mean I want to do it.
I can't imagine doing this podcast by myself. I feel like that would be really boring and just awkward. But so Michael, you were like the father of Big Fat Vegan Radio. So that's
I
how we
lost you
met.
guys there for a second. Did you say stuff?
Oh no, I found my other earbud is what happened. So I bent over for a minute and I was a little further away from the microphone.
Oh.
But yeah, I said Michael Harren was the father of Big Fat Vegan Radio officially.
I guess technically he planted the seed. Because
Technically.
that night is the night I called Ben and I was like, Ben, let's do a podcast.
Yep.
That's
he-
amazing.
Yeah, he done sprayed his seed all over.
And then Ben
this
called me back and he
project.
was very excited. And I was nervous, but we did it.
I just remember our first episode. I was like, I don't know how we're gonna fill 2 whole hours. First off, as if the goal is to have 2-hour-long episodes.
It
And
isn't. I
secondly,
didn't want to have 2-hour-long episodes.
It
You know
was
me, I
2.5
like to do everything in 20 or under.
It was 2.5 hours, and I had to edit it down to 2 hours. So we're losing the heron. So let's get on to the next
I
question.
know he's like yawning and falling asleep right
No,
there. So
I
let's
have
go
to
to
tell
the
you-
second question because this is the one I
do
want
want
you
to add
talk
to that
about.
story. Sorry, even though I'm tired and I just yawned.
Mhm.
Are you gonna
now
add that we
you
had
guys are
buffalo
doing the
wings?
podcast? There's
Yeah.
a part of me that's like, I want to do that podcast.
And here you are.
Yeah,
You are
yay.
doing it right now.
Yeah.
Every 50 episodes, I say we have Michael Harren. So will you sign on for our 100th episode?
Yeah.
Awesome. Our 100th
Okay, great.
episode, if we can remember this,
well, this is
it'll
fun
be
because it's
the
not
3
like
of
our
us.
normal time that we have a guest. You like get to. This is something we wouldn't let just anybody do.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't let anyone into my home, into this palace.
This palace. There's lots of dresses in here.
There are. We are
Goodies.
sitting in sort of like the drag zone right now. Michael's immediate left is a series of shelves with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, a whole crap load of wigs. So there's a second question here. Can I read it? Because it has the word
Yeah, this
breeder
is the
in
one
it.
I would like Michael to weigh in on. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. This breeder conversation in the vegan community drives me absolutely batshit
Poop.
crazy. Well, we can say it because it's a quote.
All
I have my own. What's that?
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it does.
The
It says
kids
it.
I
can
mean,
still
I'm
hear
with
it.
Michael, but
No, the thing
whatever.
is, in history, our
All right,
well, I guess
let's stay focused.
We're interrupting the question here, but in history class, our teacher would swear because he'd say, "I can swear if I'm quoting a historical quote." So this breeder conversation in the vegan community drives me absolutely batshit crazy. I have my own take on it as a mother, and am so very supportive of people who choose to be child-free. They are among the strongest people that I know. That said, I am consistently disappointed by vegans in the community who are so anti-breeding, quote unquote. And can I just say that I hate that word without focusing on the greater consciousness of the world as a whole. So, my question, what is your stance on this breeder conversation?
Who wants to go first?
I want to hear Michael first because
my God.
he
This is
has
a
definitely
loaded topic.
voiced his thoughts on this before.
I have
And while you answer it, I'm going to urinate.
right here.
In a different room. But I will hear you while you're talking.
I don't like answering this question, especially in the context. Here's my thing.
First, to soften the blow?
My job is I teach music to kids, so I'm glad there are kids. For that
Yeah,
reason.
Michael and I are huge kid lovers, obviously.
Yeah,
That kid's breaking down my door.
Yeah, but we have enough people in the world, so maybe not any more babies, or like adopt one. So that's how I feel about it. I love kids. I
Well,
love the
the
people
one
I
thing
know
I'm
who
going to
have kids.
say about what you just said, Michael, is that adopting is very difficult. It's
Right.
easier to have a baby. It's actually easier
What if you
and
just
less
kidnap
expensive
one?
to have like IVF or to have a surrogate and have a baby than it is to adopt, which is a shame, but it is.
Yeah,
You know, like
But
simply if you
why-
have bad credit, you can't adopt a baby. It's like, what?
Really?
Yeah,
But why-
absolutely.
I think that's part of why could be called insensitive to the matter, because I
You
just
are.
don't want kids. But so I don't understand like wanting to have kids.
Well, you know what I have to say, to piggyback on that, you know, we each only know how we feel in our own lives and bodies, and I think for as far as motherhood goes, or parenthood, I don't mean to discredit men. It's very personal journey that you're going to be on with that, and I have always felt that I really love other people's kids, like in a way that people have told me they couldn't see themselves doing. And so like I've always felt like I could totally adopt, I could totally foster, and like I would be absolutely a happy person doing that it would fulfill me. But there are people out there who do not feel the way that I feel in that respect.
Right.
They don't feel that they could do that. They don't feel that they would love those kids the way that they would love their own children. So I don't relate to that because I don't feel that way, but I know that the way I feel is less common. You know, it's not that many people are like, "Oh, I love other people's kids." You know what I mean? They don't feel like they can just love any kid or be a parent to any kid or be a caretaker to any kid. So it's not, and I don't think you should do that. You shouldn't adopt a kid or foster a kid if you don't feel in your heart that you're really going to be able to love them. That's the wrong thing to do. So as far as having children goes, it is not a good choice for the environment to have children, right? That would be one of the big arguments. We're overpopulated. That's another big argument. However, this carries so much weight as far as I'm concerned. The vegan people who are having vegan babies, raising them vegan, using cloth diapers, eco-friendly everything, just working their butts off to be as conscious as possible and to raise their child to be that conscious person as well. What they are doing is indispensable because we have all these people raising babies, just to be, I don't know, consumers and, the people who are not doing that are making a huge difference with what they're doing. So
because of the new, that's what she was saying by consciousness, right?
yes, but I mean, it's like, I get it. I get every angle of it. I get that, like, oh, maybe we shouldn't, maybe you shouldn't have any more kids. But, if you're married and you're in love and you want to have a baby and you're going to like do it as consciously as possible and you're going to raise them vegan and they're going to raise them to be a conscious person. I mean, you are doing the world a great service by doing that. You truly are. You are doing great work by raising your children right. So I really respect that. And you're really adding something to the world by doing that, which will ultimately help the world. So I do think that it's like the breeder thing. I mean, it happens in kind of the gay community too, right? Like the breeders, right? Like the breeders are bad.
I think it's rude to say that.
Really?
To call them breeder. I think, I don't think that's a nice way.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
I think that term kind of originated as like a affectionate nickname gays have for straight people. Like, oh, the breeders, just because they're capable of reproducing.
But it's also a separation, which I think is the thing about the vegan community is that people do get judgmental of what other people do. And this goes on every level. Vegans are judgmental of
in the
vegans.
vegan community?
Yes. Are they judgmental? But like
Really?
I've received judgment because like I don't strictly not eat palm oil, and people are like, palm oil isn't vegan, and it's like, all right, relax. I get that you feel that way. I respect that. I support you. Like it's fine. But it's like when someone's like, they have a baby and someone's telling them they shouldn't have had a baby. I mean, that is like, don't do it. That's mean. But no, I do think that. I really, it's like people who are good people having babies and raising them right or something, whatever. That was like on Grey's Anatomy season finale. That was a quote. Good people raising their babies right. That is how the world becomes a better place. And that is the truth.
I'm just going to add, I mean, there's not much I can say that you guys haven't already said, but like I am a huge adoption advocate. In fact, this morning, there's an organization I volunteer for called the Heart Gallery. And today, I didn't tell either of you this, I spent my day photographing 3 different families. Each is like I guess what you'd call like a non-conventional family, multiracial families or gay families, but like all through adoption and all people who have adopted through the Heart Gallery, which literally children in the New York City age out of the foster care system at 21 years of age. So for me, the issue is not have a baby or adoption. The issue for me is like when adopting... Well, first off, when considering have a child, give at least half your consideration to adoption. Like,
it's just easier said than done, Ben. I mean, I realize. I mean, I hate to be that person, but like, it is easier said than done.
I gotcha. Well, it's really easy to say, so I'll keep saying. That's so easy. But
because I mean, I know so many people who have tried to adopt and they cannot adopt because. Well,
I didn't actually realize that until you said so. So that's actually very interesting food for thought. But do consider it as an option. If you're able to. But what I'm just saying is like
I agree.
That child who has not yet been brought into the world does not actively want parents, want to be loved, want to be taken care of. That 19-year-old kid who's going to age out of the foster care system at 21 years of age and basically be put out in the street with like $100 in directions to a homeless shelter. Yeah. That kid is like crossing their fingers, saying their prayers, hoping to get to God that they're going to have a family. So I just really urge people to consider taking on adopting a child who is older and therefore harder to adopt. The same way we would, this sounds terrible for some reason, but the same way we would say that about pets. Like, consider adopting someone who has lesser chances of getting adopted. And that's actually what I've always wanted to do. Like, by the time I'm 50, I would love to adopt like a 14, 18-year-old child. Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's one of the reasons you hear about celebrities adopting all the time, because they're one of the only people that have access to it, because it's very difficult to adopt. I mean, I think it depends on, and then of course you're absolutely right. Everybody wants a baby and there's a whole issue with that, but it's, but also, and I do really feel this way, guys. People don't feel like they have it in their heart to love that kid, right? I don't think they should take them into their home. They're going to, you know what I mean? That's not the right thing to do. Like, don't adopt if it's not. Don't foster a kid if your heart's not in it. right? That's
Unless you're
worse
going
for
to
the
get
kid.
a lot of extra money for having that kid.
Or if you could sell it after you've had it for a while.
Yeah, gently used children.
Anyway, that's my stance on the breeder conversation.
Michael, I feel like you've got to run, and so
Yeah.
before you do, would you like to share anything about what you're up to?
Yes. Can I like pimp my Kickstarter?
Please pimp that crap out.
So, okay, you guys, I have this solo show that's really good called Tentative Armor.
Woo!
So I'm making a book and an album
So
about it.
good, you guys.
And you can see
So
clips
good.
of it on the YouTube.
Yeah, I put clips. I'm going to be sharing more clips as the weeks progress of the Kickstarter.
He uses the word taint at one
Do
point.
I
in
use
the show.
taint?
Is it taint or crotch?
I've
I don't
got
know.
nothing
I do
but
use
respect
taint.
for that.
He uses
Oh, yeah,
I
I use the word taint.
down there word.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the taint.
It's a good, yeah, it's a good word.
Can we say taint without beeping it out?
Yeah, taint.
I think that's
Tank.
an okay word. I'm okay with that.
So anyway, I'm raising money to go in the recording studio and record music from the show, and also a book, based on the show, which will have all the text from the show and photos. It's really beautiful. My friend Luke Curtis is designing it. So feel free to tell your friends that the Michael Harren is trying to release an album, and you can go make pledges. Basically, I'm thinking of it as a pre-order for the album and the book, which is really what it is. So if you pre-order the book, or the album, then I'll be able to make it because it's expensive. And can I throw one more thing out? I'm with Gristle Tattoo doing a fundraiser at the end of July. It's going to be July 25th and July 26th. 26th, it's going to be at Pine Box Rock Shop, and a bunch of bands are playing, including Attack Wave, Laura, who I'm a member of now because of Laura. So who else is playing? This band I like called Twin Tapes. Joy Askew is playing. Alex Carabagno is doing comedy that night from V-Spot. And it's going to be really great. So michaelharren.com, you can find all this info.
michaelharren.com, which is always in our show notes, but you have extra reason to check that out today, so that you can help support his work.
Yeah, thanks you guys.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me on the show. Should I just make a quiet exit?
Laura, why can't we hear you?
You should make a loud exit. Why don't you scream "Go vegan" and then slam the door?
Go vegan!
Wow, that was gay.
Yeah,
That was
did it as gay as I
gay.
can. Did it sound like it?
Gay! That's a throwback to Drop Dead Gorgeous.
I mean, it really
So-
was. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Laura, I'm going to quickly see Michael out,
Yeah.
and then I'll come right back.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say goodbye? Do you want to have your piece?
Oh,
with Michael?
bye. It was nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Laura.
I
We
love
should just
you.
Skype for fun. One
We
day.
should. Yeah. I remember we talked about having dinner once on Skype.
I forgot about that.
We should do
We
that.
were gonna have a whole blog.
Oh my god, that would
remember?
be funny.
What happened to our blog?
I know we really dropped the ball on our blog.
Yeah, I think we both dropped it independently, and then I was afraid to tell you I dropped the ball. but
No,
then
I knew
realized,
we
like,
both
oh,
did
you
it.
too.
I was just
I
feeling
didn't know
really
you had dropped
stressed
the
out
ball.
and busy at the time.
You guys were going to blog behind my back?
Well,
Yeah.
we were going to do this. I guess if we say it on the show, we'll probably commit to it. We kept track of what we ate for a week, and then we were going to swap diets for a week,
Oh!
So I would have to eat everything she ate.
which was
I would-
like it was
I would
really at
choose-
that time. It was actually really eye opening to keep that food journal because I realized how little I was eating, and I was like, Michael's going to die.
I would choose to eat animal products for a whole week. Just like, all right, you got to eat what I ate. I'm kidding. That's not funny.
Yeah, murder is real funny.
Yeah,
Rape.
it's real funny. Okay, so I'm going to let Michael out, and then I'll come back and we'll finish up.
That's really funny. Although I do
Kidding,
hope
no.
you're going to cut it out because I
I
nobody
cut it
needs
out
that
then.
much dead air.
I will now cut out that meaningful story I told about my grandmother's passing.
Did you really?
No, I'm kidding. I just thought I would put the episode back in with your comment right there, as if I just poured my heart. It's not a good joke. It didn't work.
Well, it would have if you hadn't explained it just now.
I got a headache. I think that's from this juice fasting.
Yeah, well, no caffeine, right?
Well, no, actually, I cheated today. I did have caffeine today because I had to wake up really early for the photo shoot. I'm still a little caffeine dependent, and so I did have an iced coffee today. I don't know. Maybe I just have a headache because I have a headache.
Well, you are going to be detoxing a bit,
Yeah.
but the caffeine's usually a big part of that.
Yeah, probably. And I mean, I had like 5.5 Red Bulls yesterday and then iced coffee today. So yeah, I'm probably in for a rude awakening. But if it happens, I'll just say rude.
I mean,
Rude.
5 Red Bulls is that's probably why you have a headache.
5 Red Bulls is that's probably why you have a headache.
Oh,
Would
that's
be my
adults.
Would
That's
be my
adults.
response to that.
Really
So,
adults.
There's that, yeah. Yeah.
All right, you got anything you want to promote, Bucko?
Were we gonna finish? Or were we
No,
gonna do
let's
the
just
quick,
move on and
food?
wap it up because the girls are laying down for bed. I need to stop. I
Yeah.
need to stop talking as soon as possible.
Yeah, I don't need to talk about any food stuff. Oh, just in case I forget to edit out the food thing. Oh, so by the way, we're not going to talk about big fat vegan food this episode. We'll just talk about it next time. Sorry about it. Instead, we had Michael Harren talking about Michael King.
Sorry about it.
So yeah, to promote, I have a couple of events. Before I realized I wasn't headed towards the park. Oh gosh, okay, Michael was heading the wrong way after he left here. He walked to the wrong
In
park.
Harlem. Oh my goodness.
I'm not in Harlem. I live on the Upper West Side, and I'm not just saying that to make myself feel better.
Are you in the 90s?
I'm at 106th. Upper West Side ends at 110th Street.
Okay, Miss Specific.
You can act like that's me, like trying to have.
I
it both
just called you
ways.
Miss Specific. That's all I said. Anything else
Okay.
is you projecting.
Well, I suppose you're right about that. Let me look up my info here about my events. I had them on my phone, and now my Safari wants to act wrong. Why does Safari do this? Here we go. So, 2 events coming up where people can not to check me out, but 2 events I would like to have people check out in general. I will happen to be at them both. I'm not 1,000% certain that I want to go to Veggie Prom, but I this might go anyway because it's such an awesome event. And I have some things to kind of promote and pimp, so I'm kind of hoping to go there as like a networking thing. But and I recently went to my first ever vegan drinks. I've never been to vegan drinks before, and it was pretty awesome. It was an awesome opportunity to network and get the word out and stuff.
Oh, that's the original vegan drinks right there, Lower East Side.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think so, or maybe San Francisco's the original. I don't remember.
Well, anyway, I've never been because I thought, well, I don't drink. Why would I go to vegan drinks? But then I realized, hey, I could probably have just one. I'm kidding. No, so I realized, you don't have to drink. It's just a networking thing. So I went, and I went with my friend Purrs from The Seed, a vegan experience. He and I are working on some projects coming up. So we met up and we were chatting about some cool stuff we have in the works. P.S. If you want to have a table at The Seed, come talk to this drag queen because I can hook you up. Actually, you want to hear something funny? You can email Ben at theseedexperience.com.
Oh.
I think that's my email. Mm-hmm. Is that my email? I'm
Full
pretty sure.
word experience or EXP?
Let me look that up really quickly because I want to be sure. Ben at theseedexperience.com.
There you go.
Is my new email. So email me there if you want anything, if you want to be involved in The Seed. Which, by the way, we are going to be at. Laura and I are actually going to have a presence at The Seed of Vegan Experience. It's not confirmed and finalized, but they definitely want to have us do like a sort of live show kind of thing.
We'll do something.
Sort of like, not like a live
something.
show exactly, but more like a talk show kind of. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll
We'll
something.
probably be speaking in some manner,
And
which for us usually involves glitter and lip syncing.
And something like that. And Honey LeBronx will be doing on the alternating day. Honey LeBronx will be there doing a cooking demo. I am
Whoa.
hearing my buzzer go off. I'm not sure who this is. It might be Michael. Can you hold a second?
Yeah, sure.
I'll make sure he's okay. Because both of us are going to be there. I don't know if I should be saying all this because it's not like legit finalized whatever. But we'll talk about this as it progresses. But we also get a table. So we will also have a table for Honey the Bronx / Big Fat Vegan Radio. So fingers crossed. If we have merch or anything awesome,
We are going to have a table.
I'll tell you about it later, but we
News
have
to
the
me,
option.
everybody.
We have the option of having a table, which is why I would love to have something there.
Of course.
Even if it's just a place for you and I to sign autographs or meet fans or whatever. But, and how cool would that be?
Sign autographs.
I know.
Please. It'll be like 3 people there.
Well, we'll sign 3 autographs.
One of them will be my mom.
We'll sign 3 autographs, and we'll have like a videography set up so that we can just have footage of us signing 3 autographs, and we'll just play that on a loop on our site.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Line. So, and we're also gonna do like a take a number thing so that people have to, and then we'll do an Avril Lavigne thing where people can pay $300 for
to get their picture of us
but
standing.
they have to stay way far away from me.
Yeah, love it.
So we're gonna be at the Seed, but that's in August, so let's not worry about that now. But yeah, I went to Vegan Drinks, which was awesome, and this coming Friday is going to be. Is it the 4th annual? This Friday is the Veggie Prom 2014. I
actually think the Veggie Prom was like yesterday.
Nope, it's gonna be Friday, June 6th.
Oh.
At Fontana's. That is located at 105 Eldridge Street. Not far from Baby Grand. So come check out the Veggie Prom on Friday. And then Honey LeBronx will actually be... I'm not sure if I'm going to the prom, but then I thought, I should ask Madison Marie if she would be my date to the prom. And then I realized Madison Marie is a married woman, so she has like a whole husband she can bring into the prom, and she's probably not going to want to be my date. So I'll just pretend I never asked her.
Well, you never know. Maybe her husband doesn't want to go to Veggie Prom.
I'm nervous to ask because then she might say no. Whatever.
Well, now it's on the show, so she's going to know about it.
I don't know if she... well, it depends if I get this up before then. So
True enough.
Madison, I'm officially asking you to be my date to the prom. But if you... I don't know. But if no, I'll understand and I'll take it really well. So, but that is Friday. And then Sunday is let me just pull up my notes here. This coming Sunday... what is the date? June 8th, right? Sunday... here we go. Sunday, June 8th from 12 to 5 p.m. in Union Square in New York City. Honey LeBronx will be hosting the 4th national, or 4th annual, National Animal Rights Day. That is going to be from 12 to 5. It's a really awesome event where it's like a giant requiem for the dead. For the murdered, rather. It's just where we hold vigil for all the animals who are killed needlessly. And there's going to be a lot of awesome speakers there. Mindy Collette, vegan bodybuilder, is going to be there.
Oh, Mindy!
And a bunch of other cool people will be there, but I don't care because Mindy's going to be there, so yay! And a lot of vegan food. Tofurkey, Loving Hut, V-Spot, some awesome places are going to be there as well. So you can check that out. And of course, every Monday night, you can check out the Honey LeBronx at Baby Grand at 161 Lafayette. I host karaoke from 8:30 until 11-ish. But as always, the last Monday of every month, which this month will be Monday, June 30th, is vegan karaoke. We just had our second monthly vegan karaoke. It is always such an awesome event. You want to get your cute little butt down there and sing some really bad or really good karaoke with your fellow vegans because it's always such a fun time. I can't even explain it. There's so many cool people there, and I'm it's also not exclusively vegan because the regulars still show up, but it's this awesome moment where like the entire bar is dominated by vegans, and I keep rubbing it in like, so who here is vegan? And like 70% of the bar was like, whoa, man! And the omnivores were just like, what's going on right now? So that is fun for me. And Laura, do you have anything to plug?
I do.
Oh, wait. I have one more thing to plug. I'm so sorry before I hand it back over to you. Honey LeBronx is going to be doing another cooking demo at Whirlpool, at World of Whirlpool. This is going to be Saturday, like right before vegan karaoke. It's going to be Saturday, June 28th. I'm literally trying to quickly find the details for you, but Saturday, June 28th, I am going to be doing a cooking demo just like I did last year at World of Whirlpool. And it's a big fundraiser for the OUT Center, which is a LGBTQ center in a really underserved part of Michigan. Whirlpool is just a super LGBTQ friendly company.
Yeah, they are. They're amazing.
Yeah, and they really do a lot for the community. So they're the only kitchen appliance company that has a perfect 100 score on the HRC Buyer's Guide. So here we go.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like as like LGBTQ as it gets. I wanted to say as gay as it gets, but whatever. Whirlpool, we get it. You gay. So it's going to be Saturday, June 28th from noon to 4 at World of Whirlpool, which is 325 North LaSalle Street. General admission, tickets are on sale right now for $53.74. I would jump on that like now because it sells out. So get your tickets now and come hang out with me for 4 hours while I show you how to make mac and cheese and other comfort foods.
That sounds really fun.
Yay.
Yay!
And one very last thing, just so I can hold myself to it. I can always announce this next month, but Ben Strothman is going to do his first ever one-man show. I think it's going to be called All Is Full of Love. Yes, that's a Björk reference. On Wednesday, July 16th at Judson Memorial, where Michael Harren did his one-man show originally last year. So that is going to be on Wednesday, July 16th. And I think it only holds like 30 or 40 people. So definitely you want to be there. More details to come on that later, but I'm saying that because I honestly yesterday thought about canceling it and backing out on it. So don't let me back out on my one-man show.
Don't back out on a one-man show, Ben.
That's it. That's the end. That's all my stuff.
Well, it was a lot. Good Lord. Yeah. So
and
can
Laura,
I mention mine now?
Mention your stuff.
I only have one thing, which now seems really kind of minuscule.
Like kind of paltry, would you say?
I guess.
Okay.
Although I feel like it's actually pretty awesome.
Oh, that's right. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so Veggie Prom West is launching with its first annual Veggie Prom. It's going to be in Los Angeles at the Animal Advocacy Museum on June 28th. And I am going to be the MC of the prom.
Woo! Oh my God, I'm so excited about that.
So I'm pretty sure that I will receive the honor of announcing the prom king and queen.
Oh.
As well as raffle duties and other stuff. So get your tickets. I will warn you, it is significantly more expensive than the New York City Veggie Prom. However, it does seem to me that it's going to be a little more fancy than the New York City Veggie Prom because it's going to have like hors d'oeuvres and all this food and drinks are complimentary. So it's not like you're buying drinks at the bar. Everything's included. So it's all inclusive. And there will be booze and non-booze and tons of raffle prizes. And you automatically get raffle tickets with your ticket that you buy to get in. You get raffle tickets.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. Should be super fun. So definitely come and see me.
I'm so excited that I'm seeing that. That's a huge.
Oh, me too. Yeah. They're awesome. You know, that's not a... I mean, I don't want to be like this, but they don't normally have a woman do that kind of job. So I feel very like...
I love it.
I feel like they're really awesome for asking me.
Well, I wasn't thrilled with my the MC from the first year, but I shouldn't say that because he's the same MC I think for this year. But he kind of made a weird.
What at the Veggie Prom?
When I won Veggie Prom Queen, there was kind of like a weird comment made. It was me and I think David Kwan. Is his name David? I forget. David Kwan.
Yeah, it's
from
David.
US. Yeah, and so they had the King and Queen dance. And I think he was just uncomfortable for me. He was like, oh my God, we're going to have the police come and shut us down. Oh, well, it is Brooklyn. Like, it just seemed like he felt the need to make some snarky comment about having a drag queen dance with a gay dude on stage. Like, yeah, it's a gay dude dancing with a drag queen. It's pretty normal,
Oh, yeah, end of the world.
It's kind of just, flyover country, really. But yeah, that's always stuck with me. But I should give him
another chance. Yeah, that would
chance.
annoy me.
I'll give him another chance. Why not?
Give him another chance. I mean, he's not me.
Yeah.
He's no Laura Yes. He's not me.
He's no Laura Yes.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm really excited because I was like on the fence about going because I'm friends with some of the organizers, and they were like, "Are you gonna come?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's in LA." Blah blah blah. Then they were like, a group messaged me on Facebook, and they were like, "We want you to be the MC," and I was like, "All right, I'm coming."
Awesome. You MC'd that. You MC'd the original, The Seed. No big deal.
I did. That's not really
No big
MCing at The Seed. That's moderating. Just much
Moderating.
more
That
difficult.
was pretty huge, though.
Yeah, but you don't really get to tell jokes when you're moderating because people are they're not paying attention.
Well, so you got a lot of FaceTime with a lot of really big people.
Oh, it is fun. I met everybody doing that. That was a great gig. Yeah.
You got to reintroduce me to Colleen, and I was so nervous to meet her the second time because I was like,
She totally knew who you were. It was ridiculous.
I know. I also was a little loopy though because I was taking some cough medicine because I wasn't feeling well, and so I was feeling loopy and high when I met her, and I was just that feeling oh my god, she knows I'm high. She knows I'm high. She knows I'm high.
That's
Which is,
hilarious.
by the way, the feeling I have throughout the new 3 episodes of the Vegan Drag Queen Cooking Show, because I'm literally
Because you are high.
I am high on cough syrup for all 3 episodes because I had the kind of cough. It was a dry cough that was waking me up at night, and I was almost throwing up from it, and I had to, and I couldn't cancel it because I had one guest who's going back to Brazil afterwards. So yeah, oh well. I'll eventually one day edit those episodes. We'll see.
I would love for you to do that.
Yeah,
I really would.
So that's pretty much everything as far as our plugs. Also, I don't know if I'm going to get this up in time, but Ben Strothman is doing I don't know if I told you about this, Laura, a real emergency Kickstarter, not Kickstarter, a GoFundMe campaign that I'm going to put up tomorrow. I need to raise $11,500 in a week.
Are you serious?
Did I tell you about the affordable housing lottery?
No.
Okay.
I know about it.
I just told my roommate about this last night, so it's okay to make the announcement now. My application was randomly selected out of 30,000 applicants for the New York City Affordable Housing Lottery.
That stuff is the best.
That's huge. I was rejected on Friday after 2 months of submitting my paperwork and blah, blah, blah. I was rejected for a luxury 1-bedroom apartment at 45th and 10th with a washer, a dryer, and a dishwasher in the unit for $680 a month at 45th and 10th. $680 a month. It's a $3,500 apartment for $680 a month that I could have indefinitely for the rest of my life, be on the lease. There's a gym in the building.
Why were you rejected? Why were you rejected? That's...
I was rejected. They told me I'm the perfect applicant. Everything was green lights for me. There were some negative items on my credit score.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 weeks to appeal their decision.
Okay.
So at first I was like, I'm just going to lay down and roll over and die. This is impossible. And then I thought, no, this isn't impossible. This is a challenge I'm going to accept. So I'm going to see if in 1 week, and I know the reasoning mind sounds like would chant, it can't be done, it can't be done. But I'm going to see if in 1 week I can raise $11,500 to pay off the back taxes that show up on my credit report, so I can show them I've taken care of this. Please reconsider me. Now, I know that's a lot of money, but between family and friends who make donations, between people who are willing to say, I am willing to lend you X amount of dollars, between people who are like, I can't donate money, but I am donating. One of my friends works for NARS Cosmetics and is going to donate a huge gift basket that I can auction off. And I'm also going to donate something, I don't know exactly what yet, but 2-for-1 headshot gift certificates. So between all of these different ways people can show me their support, I am going to raise as much as I can to pay this off in hopes of appealing their decision and getting accepted. I'm holding to the vision that they're going to say yes. I'm going to get a yes. So keep your eye out for that. I don't know exactly where you'll be able to find it at this moment in time, but I will probably make a tiny URL link, and there's already a Ben Needs Help. So I will just say tinyurl.com/honey needs help. That's it. So there we go. Go to tinyurl.com/honey needs help. If you have any way of contributing, And then I will see you at my awesome housewarming party on 45th and 10th when I am living in an awesome luxury building for $680 a month.
I have a friend in that building.
Do you really?
Yep.
The Gotham West building.
I think so. I'm not totally sure. It's right there, and he's affordable housing as well.
That's probably it.
Cool. You know him, actually, I'm pretty sure.
Is his name Samuel?
His name is Jim.
I don't know if I know.
I think you
Jim.
know him. You would know him, I think.
If
I don't know.
you could, when we're off the air, if you could maybe give me his info, I might love to reach out to him.
All right.
Yay. So there's that. So that is pretty much it for this episode.
Yeesh,
you
got
guys,
enough?
I know, right? You guys can always become members. Go to bigfatveganradio.com and click on support us for a list of ways you can help us do what we do. Even some that don't cost anything, like going on the donate your account, donate your Twitter and your Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Honey LeBronx. Laura is at Laura Yaz. Apparently, she's got some new movies to check out at her 3 minutes about a movie.
I don't, but
You
hopefully
said you
I
had
will.
one.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I haven't
Blended.
posted them. Hopefully I will.
Blended was that Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler thing.
Uh-huh.
That looked so stupid just from the posters around town.
You have no idea.
It looked so stupid.
It's actually worse than you ever imagined.
Drew Barrymore is a great actress. It's so funny how often she will take something. Oh, you gave me a look when I said that.
She's horrible.
You don't think she's a good actor?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think she's a nightmare. Not a nightmare. I think she looks
Did
like
you
she's
see
about
her?
to laugh every single time she's...
Did you see her in Grey Gardens?
Doesn't she always look like she's about to laugh? I haven't
Did you see
seen
her in Grey
Gardens.
Gardens?
No, I didn't see Grey Gardens.
She even told them, she's like, guys, I know, I'm Drew Barrymore. I'm the last person you think of for this movie. She's like, I will work my butt off. I will work with a dialect coach so I know how not to talk outside of the side of my mouth the whole time. Everything about her person changed for this character. Watch Grey Gardens and give her another
Well, she's
chance.
Little Edie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's brilliant.
No, I know. She won a bunch of awards for it, but in everything else
Yeah.
she's in, she always looks like she's about to laugh. Everything she says.
Maybe she is.
Ugh.
I know I would be. I cannot keep a straight face.
Yeah, she can't either. Which is
Yeah.
interesting because she's paid millions to keep a straight face.
See, when they pay me millions, I will keep a straight face. But until they pay me millions,
You just want to have some
Nah.
bad luck right now? What's up?
what? It's a parasol. It's not an
Oh.
umbrella.
All right.
I have to pee so bad, so we'll finish up.
Dude, I'm ready to go.
I know.
You had
so that's-
800 plugs, half of
800
which you're
plugs.
not even going to be at.
Well, so youtube.com/Laura Yaz. That's her channel. You can always check out my channel at vegandragqueen.com. And you can buy some of my famous medieval oil at www.medievaloil.com.
Yes, you can.
Which I think we've talked about this use before, but my roommate had to get a sticker off of a picture frame, and he put a drop or two of medieval oil, and he's like, oh my God, Ben, the stubborn thing just like slid right off.
That does work. Actually, it works a little too well. You want to be careful what surface you put it on.
Did you get it on your Vahuhu?
No, I mean, like if you put it on something with lacquer, it will remove the lacquer.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful with that. There's cinnamon in that. Cinnamon can be real
Corrosive.
caustic. Yeah. So just don't put it on plastics and stuff, especially. So our musical guest for this episode, I've been waiting to get this guy on the show for a long time. When I was hosting the Acorns A Go-Go Groovy Vegan Festival in DC, like a year ago-ish, there was an awesome band, Bushmaster, featuring Gary Brown. He is all vegan. And I just remember he was just a really cool guy. When he spoke, he also spoke at the event in addition to just playing. And man, the guy had a lot to say. So we're going to play his song, We All Fall Down, off of his album, Revolution Rhapsody,
Awesome.
aka Uprising Music. So that's that.
Love it.
Yep. Just a shout out, as always, to Michael Harren. Thank you, by the way. It's not every day that Michael Harren drops by. Actually, it's never every day. Michael Harren has not been to my apartment, and I've lived here for 3.5 years. So shout out
He's
to
also
Michael
never
Harren.
been on Big Fat Vegan Radio.
He's never. Not even,
Never,
we haven't even
ever.
interviewed him yet. Oh my God.
Just his music.
just took 50 episodes to get him on here.
Yeah.
50th episode, by the way. Congratulations.
Oh yeah,
We haven't
congratulations
even
to you,
acknowledged
homie.
that. Yeah,
I think we did
50.
mention it. We mentioned it, I think.
I think in the pre-show. So our yeah. But or no, in what will probably be the after show outtakes. We mentioned it. But yeah, 50 shows, you guys. How do you like us now? I'm 50. I can kick, stretch.
I'm
kick.
42.
50 episodes.
I'm 42.
What do you mean you're 42?
I'm not 50. I'm 42.
You're not 42 either.
Mm-hmm.
What's this 42 coming from?
All right, you're clearly not getting the joke. Let's just move on.
Oh, I'm not. But okay. We would also like to thank MichaelHarren.com. Check out his work. Check out his Indiegogo. And Kelly
Yes.
Huffline, thank you for our graphic and our logo. You can check her out at kelly42fox.deviantart.com. Kelly, I really want to make you a tiny URL one of these days. Anyway, so
I like Kelly 42 Fox. It's a reference to the X-Files. And I know that because I went to high school with Kelly. We were obsessed with the X-Files.
Well, I never watched that show, but there's a couple that I watched and I really liked it. So I
You're
wanna get
missing
back into
out.
it.
It's on
I
Netflix. You should
know.
watch the whole thing.
I will get into it.
I don't know how
And
sci-fi nerdy you are. I don't know if you'll really get into it, but it is fantastic.
Sometimes I can get into it as long as it's not Star Trek.
It's pretty sci-fi.
And as always, a special thanks to our intern and my possible prom date. I don't know if
Fingers
she
crossed.
wants to go, right? Madison Marie, we absolutely adore you, and we have some big plans for you, little lady.
Mwah.
Some big plans.
Well, that's all we've got today for Big Fat Vegan Radio. Please subscribe to us through iTunes or your podcatcher of choice. It's extra helpful if you can give us an awesome rating and a glowing review.
And be sure to let us know what you thought of this episode on our Facebook page. You can send us a tweet, leave us a voicemail, or leave us a comment at bigfatveganradio.com. We would love to hear... Wait, we would...
We'd
Is
love to
this-
hear from you.
Is this line supposed to be... What is this next thing you have written?
We'd love to hear from you.
And then after that, it says something else. I don't understand your handwriting here. Go vegan!
Open up your eyes, take a look around before you blame the current resident. Hey. There's been a lot of things lost, a lot of things found. Think I know where the money went. Yeah. Trying to stay free from the WMD. That's what we were told, man. Said we had to try. Well, wars cost money, oil ain't free. It was a dirty lie. Where you trying to take us? We've been there once before. And I am here to tell ya, ain't going back no more. Peace and love must be the answer, or hate will lead us up like cancer. Stumble dancer, then we fall, then we all fall down. T-body tripping, sign of the times, thugs hide behind the flag, trying to shield their crime. Time to stand together, fight the power again. I've seen this blitz before. I know the good guys win. to tell ya, ain't going back no more. He said love must be the answer, hate will lead us up like cancer. Stumble dancer, never fall, never all fall down.
Isn't it fun how Ben asks me if I'm ready like 10 times, but then he's not ready?
Yeah.
I was.
You weren't even on audio hijack.
I was right next door to Ready. Do you want to read the Ben lines instead of Laura?
Sure.
Just for some weird continuity. Fun. Awesome. And then I'll just interrupt when I feel ready to interrupt.
Okay.
Awesome.
Should we just act like I'm not a different person than you?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. All right, take it away.
Darn it.
What?
I'm sorry, I just messed something up.
Laura, it's been nearly an hour.
Dude,
Gee, it's
I
been-
know, okay?
4 minutes. Hey, remember that one time when I was like ready, I was early, and you took an hour? That was fun.
Yeah, the one time.
One
How many
time
episodes are there,
out
Ben?
of 50
How
episodes.
many episodes?
Yo, this is our 50th episode, Laura.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
I can't believe it.
What I
By
did
next
is
year,
I
we'll have
renamed
60.
the audio file, which I know you hate, and then I tried to undo it, and I messed it up. That's what happened. Sorry. Just trying to make you happy.
Well, you failed. So
I did fail.
that.
I failed.